Hello viewers, welcome to IT Maths. In this video we'll be learning how to write large numbers in figures. And our first example is 702 quadrillion, 80 trillion, 500 million and 92. In case you are wondering what a quadrillion is, I would advise you watch the preceding video. And in that video we talked about how to read large numbers. So after the units, the tens, the hundred, the unit thousand, the 10,000, the 100,000. After the thousand family, we mentioned that we have million, and then the billion, the trillion, the quadrillion, the one we are dealing with today. And then even after the quadrillion, we showed that you could still have the quintillion. After that, the sextillion, the septillion, the octillion, the nonillion, and so on and so forth. Please watch that video, because in that video we showed how you can read numbers when they are written for you in figures. Today we'll be learning how to translate words into figures, the opposite of that video. So back to this example: 702 quadrillion, 80 trillion, 500 million and 92. The first thing we need to know is the largest family, which is the quadrillion. And what number is that? 702 quadrillion. How do you write 702? The normal way you write 702. But this would be an ordinary 702 if we leave it here. What qualifies it to be a quadrillion is the set of digits, the number of digits it will have after it. So if you watch that video, you will see that after the quadrillion you have your comma, and then you have your trillion, which is going to be 100, tens and a unit. And after your trillion you have your billion. After your billion you have your million. After million you have your thousand, and then your normal 100, tens and units. All of these are separated by a comma. So this 000000000000000, that is a set of 15 zeros, is what qualifies any number to be a quadrillion, whether it be 2 quadrillion, 20 quadrillion, or 702 quadrillion as we have here. But the thing is, why am I not writing zeros here all through? Is because we have numbers here that are not zeros, and we need to fill this up depending on their family. So I'm gonna write Q here for quadrillion, T for trillion, and I'm gonna have here my B for billion, and then my M for million, TH for thousand, and then 100, tens and units. So we have the next family, the trillion. It says 80 trillion. Okay, this is 100, tens and units. How do I write 80? If I put my 80 here, I will be wrong, because I'll be assigning 8 to 100, and that will make me write 800, and that is not what we have here. We have 80. You know, numbers that end in T are always the tens family, so we put 8 under tens and then 0. That's how we write our normal 80. Now notice there is no 100, so you must put a 0 to indicate that there is no 100, but yet there is a place value there. It's just that a number other than 0 is not mentioned. Now after the trillion we have 500 what? 500 what? Million. Okay, I can't write 500 here because this is not a billion, it says a million. So I go to where I have my million, and then I write my 500. The normal way I will write 500. Okay, after that I go to where I have the next, it says 92. It didn't say 92,000, so it is not 1,000, but just an ordinary 92. That means 100 is missing. I only have a 10 and a unit. So it means every other place I must fix what? 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, even for the billion. So my number becomes 702 080 000 500 00092. Let me separate these numbers with commas. So that is our 702 quadrillion, 80 trillion, 500 million, and 92. If at all the number is too large and is making your head spin, let's switch to something small. Let's look at 83 billion 205,040. Okay, like we always do, we start from the biggest family, the billion family. So what qualifies 83 to be a billion? It means it must have a set of 9 digits before it can be called a billion. It could be 000000000 or any other digits, but there must be 9 of them for this number to be qualified to be called a billion. Remember, B here, M here for million, TH for thousand, and 100, ordinary 100, tens and units. So we have our 83 billion 205,000. Where do I write my 205,000? Here? No, this is not a million. It says thousand. So I go to where thousands are and write 205. How do I write 205? 205, satisfying the 100, tens, and the unit place. Notice there was no million, so we're gonna have 0, 0, 0. No 100 million, no 10 million, no unit million. Then finally, and 40. We have 100, tens, and our units. How do I write 40? Do I write 4 here? No. I write 40 here. And I skip this by indicating that there is nothing there. So I write a 0 there. Please note, if you do the mistake of writing 8300205 and then you want to write 40 here, you'll be wrong. You'll be distorting this number. Even with this, notice how we skipped the million. The common mistake students make is after writing 83 billion, they now see 205,000. They write 205,000 here, and 40, and they write 40 here. No, this is what makes students get this wrong. Before you start any of this, be conscious of what number is the largest. They say it is a billion. You must create space to accommodate 9 other digits, because before you climb to the billion family, you must have climbed through 100, tens, unit, thousand, million before you get to the billion. What am I saying? What makes a man a grandfather? A grandfather. What makes him a grandfather? The fact that this is the man, he has a son, and the son has a son. That is the only reason why this number is called, okay, let me not call and say the number now. That's why this man is not an ordinary man, but a grandfather. It means he has a son, and his son has a son. In maths, this will be where we call the million. For him to be called a million, he must have thousand and ordinary 100, tens unit. For it to be called a grandfather, he must have a son, and a son must have a son. So look at it like that. So you cannot just make a man a grandfather. He is not just going to be a grandfather. He must be placed here. A number will not just be placed anywhere. He must obey the name where it is, and we call that place value. The value that that place holds. Look at this number, 83 billion. This 83 billion is different from just ordinary 83. This 83 is different from 83,000. Why? Because it has a set of 3 zeros after the 83. This 83 is different from, 83. That is 83 billion. What makes it a billion? The number of digits it has before the number you call 83. So that is basically how to translate numbers in words to numbers in figures. Obey the place value and remember their family names and obey it. Let's look at our last example for today. 501 quintillion, 18 trillion, 5,600,000. Okay, what qualifies a number to be called a quintillion? Watch our previous videos and then you see in that video, from million, after million we had billion, the trillion, quadrillion, quintillion. So it means our 501 is 501. Before then is the quadrillion family. So I'm going to use Q for quintillion and QU for quadrillion. Before the quadrillion, we have trillion. Before the trillion, we have the billion. Before that, the million. Before the million, we have the thousand, and then ordinary hundred, tens, and unit. With that, we can already see the number of digits that must be placed here before this 501 is called a 501 quintillion. Otherwise, it will just be an ordinary 501. If I have 3 digits here, it will be 501,000. If I have 6 digits before it, it will be 501 million. If I have 9, it will be 501 billion, and so on and so forth. Okay? So now that we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 digits before it, this is what qualifies it to be a quintillion. Okay, let's proceed. After the quintillion, we have 18 trillion. Should I write my 18 here? That would be wrong. So, what do? That 18 is a trillion. So, I must skip the quadrillion place and go here and write my 18. How do I write 18? Like this. With the 100 place skipped. You must fix a 0 for the 100 place. Okay? If you don't put a 0 there, you'll be writing this, and that will not be correct. After 18 trillion, we have 5 million. It means there is no billion. So I come here to write 5 million. Imagine me writing this. Imagine me writing this. But that is not so. What do you write? 5 million. See 100, tens, and units. So how do I write 5 million? I don't write 5 here. I don't write 5 here, but I write the 5 here. And then indicate that there are places that are skipped. You must indicate it. Otherwise, you'll be writing this. The next one is 600. Means there is no 1,000. It's an ordinary 600. So I can't write my 600 here. But I write it here. 600. Now, every other place or family that I did not hear a number, I fix my 3 zeros standing for the 100, tens, and the units. So what is our number? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 8, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0. different from this number. If we are to read this number, we'll start from the right hand side, 1 2 3, and place our comma. That is 100 tens unit. 1 2 3 again. This number will be 50,118,560. Different from this. So it's important that you always take note of the value of the number you are writing, so that you can keep spaces for names that will not be said. Numbers other than 0 that will not be said here. If not, you end up like this. I hope you understand. Before we end our video for today, try this one and please leave the answer in the comment section. I would like to read from you. 5 septillion, 67 sextillion, 2 trillion, 409. Now, if you are having any issues about what a septillion or a sextillion is, kindly watch our previous video and you understand what it is. Thank you. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below there, as well as the notification bell or the like button, so that anytime a new video comes up, you will be notified. Thank you. Until next time.